Hello folks, and welcome here once again to Divine Fine Motors, and thank you so very much for being here. God bless you and your family, and I mean that with all of my heart. I hope and pray that you're well, healthy, and happy wherever you may be at this moment. And folks, here it is. Oh, I am so excited. You all know I have my big passion for Corvettes. I've got a few that I put back for my children. I've got a couple more to get for them. My dad promised me one when I was 14. I never did see it. Him and my mother were divorced. I never even knew them to be married. But man, he had a 62 Corvette that I wanted for most of my teenage years and all up into my early 20s. Anyway, he ended up selling it. So now I have promised all of my children that they will certainly get them a Corvette before I leave here and go and be with my Heavenly Father, which I know is going to be there and have everything He said He was going to have me. All right, folks, here it is. I'm going to tell you a quick story. Y'all know I've been in the car business, most of you, for, gosh, going on 35 years now. I go out and I look for these beautiful one-owner cars in Florida. I love the Southern Belle ones. I'm very partial to Toyotas and Lexuses, but you know, I pick up these amazing automobiles, whatever make and model they may be. I purchased this 1974 Corvette Convertible from a Dodge dealership. I got to talk to the man who traded it in, God love him. He said, Jack, super nice older fella. He said, Jack, I fell off a horse and I could not get in and out of that car hardly at all anymore. And it just broke my heart. So my wife convinced me to take it to the dealership. He traded it in. They ended up sending it to the auction, where every dealer there, of course, most of them wanted it. But you all know when I see something I want, I'm going to get it. And praise God, here it is. Going through the paperwork, it's got a binder with it of all kinds of information. It's got the name of the gentleman who bought it brand spanking new. His name is Winford. I keep saying Odell, but it's Orrell. O-R-R-E-L-L, something like that. Anyway, I got on the computer. I put in the name. I came across a Winford Orrell in Wyoming. I called the number. The elderly gentleman answered the phone. He was 98 years old. And yes, it was the same gentleman that bought this car brand new in November 23rd of 1973 for his son, Winford, for a graduation plus kind of Christmas present when he graduated Florida State University, FSU. Well, you all know I'm a huge big Gator fan, so we won't even go there. But anyway, can you believe that? What a sweet man that was. And after talking to him, I asked him, I said, well, do you know your son's number? And bless his heart, he tried to pull it up, but he's 98 years old, but very coherent, just a wonderful, I told him, I said, sir, you've about teared me up. It was just, I so enjoyed that conversation. I'll remember it till I take my last breath. I said, is there any way I could talk to him? He said, well, I can't really remember his number right now, but if you'll call me back tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning, he comes and fixes my breakfast every morning. I said, it would be my honor and pleasure. He said, I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to you about his car. So sure enough, the next day, about 9:45, I gave him about 15 minutes. I couldn't wait to talk to him, get him on the phone. I got to talk to him, and we talked for 45 minutes. And yeah, he told me all about getting this car brand new. He said, Jack, I had a 68 Mustang at the time. He said he graduated, he was a school teacher. And he got this car for becoming a school teacher. He said, we hardly ever drove it. I got married not long after. My wife and I, and we kept that car in the garage. It was only kind of a Sunday driver. He said, Jack, I only put 25,000 miles and 25 years on it. He said I sold it in 1998 to pay for a house that I wanted, and my mom and dad, we all decided we were going to move out to Wyoming, so he sold it. The last owner that I talked to of this, he just, like I said, traded in a month ago maybe, and I've got receipts in that thing. I told him I was a dealer and this and that. I told him my story. He said, Jack, please don't sell that car. He said, keep that car. He said, that was I love that car. My wife and I, we took it out on Sundays. He said, it runs and drives fantastic. He said, it's just an awesome, awesome car. But, and by the way, it's got a nice, super nice black convertible top on it. Everything you see that comes with the car, you see here. But he told me this and that and the other. It's just this car. I bought this car sight unseen. I bought it online, just like you're probably going to do. And I could not believe it when I saw it. It had to be this, I won't even hardly call it a restoration, but somebody has painted it again. And I told somebody it's better than what you were gonna get from Chevrolet. In most cases, this thing is just gorgeous. It's got brand spanking new, almost radial, big BF Goodrich tires on that were put on there, I believe, 2 years ago. And he made them do that when he bought this car. It was for sale for $32,500, and that was way back when. But folks, this is just one of the nicest, and we're believing to be, and Winford said, Jack, that's probably the original miles. It just turned, I was driving from my shop, just turned 39,000 miles. I've got receipts in that book. I've got original papers in there that you're gonna get when this thing was bought brand new. It's even got 2 sets of keys, I believe it's 2 sets. Carpet, all the door jambs. Of course, it's got the 350 motor, but here's the big news, folks. It's the L82. You know, that boosted up to almost over 250 horsepower in 1974. The L82, big deal. That gentleman, the guy's son, Winford Jr., I'll call him, he said, yeah, I read about that Corvette for months. Every newspaper article, everything, and you're going to get a bunch of stuff in this binder. I'll show you real quick what all you'll get. This is a picture of the last owner that he took. I guess that's in his yard. He lived down here in Florida. And this is some original paperwork, folks, you're going to get for this beautiful automobile. And this is something special. I hope and pray that whoever gets this, don't turn around and resell it and keep it. That's the original key tag, folks, from when it was bought brand new 50 years ago. You're looking at stuff that's 50 years old. And this car's 50 years old. Look at that. The door light still works. The air's ice cold. He put a super nice new stereo system in it, one of the older looking radios with the MP3 hookup and all that stuff. But you're going to get something extremely special. I added up the receipts, and these are mechanical receipts. Just stuff like different brake calipers and blah, blah, blah. But right there's the owner, Orell. He bought it in Marietta, Georgia. Bought it right here at this Chevrolet dealership, Chevrolet and GMC. And he bought it on the 28th day of 1973. You're going to get all of that. It's even got brochures in here from 1976. They still look brand new. Or from 74. All kinds of literature. There's the date. There's your stamp there. The VIN on the motor. It's a matching number, L82. And it's got some super nice long tube headers on it, which I'd say this car's getting pretty close to 275 horses, maybe 280. I don't know what they did to the motor, or if there was ever any motor work done, but it runs strong. This is the guy that had it, Bill Black. I got to talk to him. You'll get all that information, but there's all the receipts that we added up. But this super nice guy, Rick, last owner, he just had a bunch of stuff done at one of the best Corvette places here in the state of Florida, down Jupiter, Florida. He had all that done. I've got pictures of this for you, but I'll go back to this. Look at here, $2,933, and that was 9/20 of 22. So anyway, you're going to get all this stuff with this. He's even got the radio stuff in there, but this is one of the coolest cars. My goodness, if I had the money, it would not leave my residence. But it's super nice, and let me see if I can show you around a little bit. Like I say, all the door jambs, everything's right, folks. This car underneath it is just spotless too. It's never been in the salts, never been in the rusty states. It's always, I believe, it's always been in either Florida, Texas, or Georgia. Again, it was bought brand new in Georgia. But look at it. It's just amazing. All the door panels, the carpet, everything is just awesome. In the back, you're going to get one of those super nice. This thing fits like a glove, like a skin. It's got the nice leather little thing there if you like that. I didn't much ever care for those. You got the compartments in the back. It's got some super nice speakers back there as well. You can see how nice the top is on it. The leather seats are just perfection. The clock still works in this car. It runs fantastic. Underneath it, like I said, it's got some beautiful stainless steel exhaust. Big stainless steel. I don't know those, how big a circumference they are. Maybe 2 3/4 inch, maybe 3 inch. Nice big exhaust. Like I said, the TA tires were only put on there a couple years ago. This thing sounds absolutely amazing. Again, all the door panels, the seats, the carpet, it's all here, folks. It's the real deal. And it runs and drives. I brought this from my shop. I drove it about 12 miles. I could not believe how solid. There's not a rattle. There's not a nothing. And this car fires right up first time, every time. Like I said, the air's ice cold. Super nice stereo system. There's where it was traded in. Of course, they did an oil change when they took it in and all that. Got all the ashtray, windshield wipers work, headlights work, power windows up and down like clockwork on both sides. Just a nice car. Sounds super nice. I'm gonna let it run while I show you this amazing motor. Of course, everything's here. Listen to it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's just amazing. There's your headers. You can see no rust or corrosion. Look at that. No leaks. No nothing but absolute beauty. Now the car is located down around Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area. It's got new water pump. It's got, I mean, this guy down in Jupiter, Florida, he's a Corvette expert. He went all through this thing, got it running 1,000%. I mean, it is an awesome car. You're just gonna love it. It's a beautiful automobile. It's worth hanging on to. There's not many left out there. There's not many C3s that look like this left out there to buy anywhere. Hold on just a minute. Look at the latches. What a car. What a car. See your headlights coming up, fully functional. Horn works, signals work, everything works fantastic. Oh, I wish I could keep it. But anyway, folks, we're down around St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa area. You know, I give everybody an equal opportunity to go ahead and buy it at the reserve. We also can help you get it shipped where you sign up and have a monthly fee that we pay for central dispatch. Once you decide you want it, we'll take a deposit. Once we get that deposit, my wife will get all your information and get you a packet out, and with a prepaid envelope to send everything back to us. You can pay by check, cashier's check, wire transfer, it don't matter. But don't miss out on this car. God bless you. Be kind to each other. Love on one another. Tell them kids and grandbabies how wonderful and great they are, so they'll go out and do great and wonderful things. We love you. Bye-bye. I gotta go.